Okay, so we're taking you through just some quick scenarios, and what we're really doing is showing you the process here and the different plan types. A liability review, as we mentioned, is just a simple review. All the functionality is the same, but it puts liability review as the title on your report cover. Refinance would be anything you're refinancing. Purchase would be any straight up purchase. Rent versus purchase is designed for someone specifically who is renting that would be looking to purchase a house. We also have second home purchase. And what second home purchase does is it allows you to show a first house or primary residence and add a second house to the mix. So let's do a quick look at what that might look like right now. So all I did was click second home purchase here. Let me click create a new plan. So we'll just start a new plan, second home purchase. And we'll call this $300,000. It's going to be a little beach house or something. And we'll go in, and what I want to think of is this is just like you're taking the current house they have today, and we're just adding another house on top of that. And that gives you the ability to show the overall financial impact of two properties. And you can always use something like a simple purchase. A simple purchase would just simply show a new home being purchased, and you could not compare it to anything. You could just show a purchase with a couple of different loan options. What's really neat about this is I'm able to go in here and show my existing house as well as the house that I'm purchasing. So let's say the house that I have today is worth $300,000 as well. And what amount do I have available to buy this house? I have $100,000 that I've saved up to buy my beach house. And I'd like to buy this new house, and I'd like to put down the $100,000 that I've saved up. So I'm going to be borrowing $200,000. So notice we've got our existing house of $300,000, and we've got this new house we're buying with $100,000 that we're putting down. Very simple, and we'll give it a plan title. We'll call this video 6 Sample Second Home. All right. Now I can assign it to a referral partner. This is second home buyers, my family. They have, we'll just say they have income of $150,000 per year. Oops, that's a little much there. $150,000. So you're in a 35% tax bracket, and they're second homebuyer@gmail.com. So all I really need for this, and what I want to do now is I want to put in that current liability. They have a mortgage, and this is on that house that they have. So it already knows this is their primary residence, $300,000. We'll call this bank. Let's just say they owe $225 on that house, and they have had that since 4/1/2009, and they have a 5.5 interest rate with a current balance of $218,000. And they tell me that they're actually paying $1,300 a month. They just round up, and I want to know those things. So I'm buying a new house. I don't really have to. I don't worry so much about the property taxes as I'm comparing apples to oranges. I just want to get that current liability in here and show that we'd like to see buying a new house with our current house today. So here we go. So now I'm done with that whole first page. I go to the Borrow tab, and it's going to show my current liabilities. I have 218,321 months to go. And what I'll do is I'm going to say no and no. I'm not going to pay this off, right? Because I am not going to be needing to pay it off because I'm buying a new property. And I'll just do something simple. Let's do a 30-year fixed. And my purchase price, my contract price is $300,000. And you'll notice it's already got the loan amount of $200,000 in. So all that's been brought over for me. And let's just say it's 4.125% is my interest rate. And if I want, I can ask if they want me to put in model taxes and insurance. And let's just say it's a beach house. That's going to be a little higher. I don't have any mortgage insurance. So I click Save. So see what I've done here, just a few clicks. I've got current liabilities, mortgage, bank, amount, and I've got a new liability of $200,000. So at the end of the day, I can see when I look here, what are my front and back ratio? It's 11 and 21, and it's based on borrowing of $418 because I have an existing mortgage of $218 I'm keeping at 5.5, and I have a new 30 of $200,000 at 4.125. So I can see my total payment now is going to be $2619.30. All right, and I've got 338 payments to go to get everything paid off based on what I'm spending today. So if I don't buy anything at all, I have $100,000 cash. I get to keep that. If I buy this house, I'm going to have whatever my closing costs are. Let's just say it's $4,500. So I'm going to need $100,000 plus a $4,500. I've got $100,000, so I'm going to need another $4,500. So I could say, why don't we do this? Why don't we borrow $205? See how quick I can come up and just quickly with a scratch board say, let's make that $205. That way you got no out of pocket from a cash perspective. Does that sound okay? Great. Now let's look at your payment. Let's look on the after-tax basis since this is going to be tax deductible. Right now, you're spending $1,300. Your new payment's going to be $2,644 for both properties. Your after-tax payment right now is $950. It's going to be $1,960 because the second home is tax deductible. And we basically can see here it's going to cost you $1,010 a month extra to have this second home from a debt servicing standpoint. Now, what's cool about this is I can look at this and look at the future wealth. You're spending $2,643 now on this property. You're going to spend $2,643. You could spend that here, right, and do something with that. But notice right now you have a house worth $345. Here you're going to have two houses worth $690. So see, that's kind of cool. It gives you a way to kind of show the financial impact over time of how much this costs them to really own that home. And let's say they believe they're going to be in this house for 10 years. Or that they're going to have this vacation home for 10 years. All right, they would have a financial impact here of $125,353. That's their financial impact over 10 years. Here, it's positive 58 versus positive 125. So in other words, I can tell the client with just a very simple analysis that this second home will cost them $66,710 over 10 years to own. See how cool that is? Again, spend time looking at the math. Get comfortable with the math yourself. The only way to do that is to go through these numbers. But what I wanted to be able to do is show you how quickly you can get to the real key questions. I mean, think for yourself. If you're buying a second home, you have the $100,000 or you don't. Do you have it? Yes, you can afford the closing costs and the down payment. If you want it, it's going to cost you an extra $1,010 a month out of pocket net after tax. Is it going to cost you that over 10 years? If that was true, 10 a month, right? You could say, okay, well, 10 a month, 10 times 10 years times 12 months means it's going to cost me $121,200, right? Wrong. It's going to cost you, because of the tax benefits and the appreciation and everything else, it's going to cost you $66,710. Another way to play that game is 66,710 divided by 120 months. It's $555.91. So it's really going to cost you about $555 a month out of pocket over that time period. Now, what if they said, you know, I think we could rent this during the summer for about 5 weeks for about $1,000 a week. You know, that'd be $5,000. Now, we haven't talked about some of these advanced features here, but I could come in here and say, add a new payment, rent income, and 5,000 divided by 12 is about $400 a month. I think we could generate about $400 a month in rent income over the time that we own this home. And if I click Save here, now it's going to put that rent income is going to now show up in the calculations, and look what happens. Now we've got almost no out-of-pocket cost over time if they can get an average of $400 a month rent income on that property. So again, really cool sales tools here that can help you to make the case that they should or shouldn't buy this property. And then again, I would just come to the present page and I would develop my actual presentation. So what we've done here is we've just gone through in the last couple of videos, if you've gone through in sequence and talked about the nuances, I can do a review, a refinance. If you're in doubt, just pick refinance or purchase. You'll be fine. If you got a second home and they're going to keep their first home, then click the second home button. If they're renting and they're going to buy, click the rent. You could still use purchase, but if you use rent versus purchase, it's going to be optimized for a rent versus purchase scenario. In our next video, we'll talk about the open house and seller buy down flyer capabilities, and then we'll go into some of the more advanced features of the presentation system.